Hello there beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing fantabulously well. For those of you who are new, my name is Precious Hanah, and for those of you returning, hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So guys, as you can see from the title of today's video, we are going to be talking about money mistakes I made when I moved to Ghana, so that you can definitely avoid these mistakes and not have these regrets. So let's jump straight into it. So number one would definitely be considering your savings. I have definitely, and I'm guilty for being on my channel and saying like there's never the perfect amount of money to save when you are moving to Ghana, because money comes and money goes. I still stand by that, but if we're going to be wise and make wiser decisions, and if you guys are going to be doing research, then you have to consider these things. Like, you're not moving here blindly like some of us did, so keep this in mind. But if you know you're coming to Ghana and you want to spend 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you should definitely like write down a list of all the things that you know that you need, that you live by. Like, write down a list of the lifestyle that you want to live when you move to Ghana. Whether it's, if you're a woman and you want to get your nails done every week, you want to get your hair done every week, you want to go to the spa every other week, you want to get facials every month, you want to eat at nice restaurants every other night, you want to get a cook so that you don't have to, you're going to be using the internet. Like, all of these things, calculate them, like write them down, calculate it, figure it out, and budget for the next 6 to 12 months of your move here in Ghana. Some of you are moving with family, so that even makes it a whole lot more like, frustrating and so much more to consider. So definitely write down everything that your children may need, things that you're going to be shipping from the UK or the US or anywhere in Europe, and maybe like you need to find alternatives. Like, if it runs out, what are you going to do when you come to Ghana? So write all of these down. Please, before coming, try and make sure you line up a job or some sort of income that you can get in a foreign currency that you are used to and you understand. So if you're coming from the UK, it would be amazing if you can get a remote job that will pay you in pounds, Europe, euros, America, dollars, Canada, Canadian dollars, whatever it is. But something that would help you ease into your lifestyle. Like, you've written this list, you need to know how you are going to sustain it, how you are going to manage it. So you want to make sure that you have all the income you possibly need to be able to sustain an amazing lifestyle that will not frustrate you in this Accra or this Ghana. But yes, so again, depending on where you're from, I know there's different rules and regulations for remote job. Some jobs obviously don't allow you to work outside the country, but there are many that do allow you to work outside the country. Obviously, you can definitely get jobs within Ghana. Now, whether they will pay in dollars is another thing, but would they pay the city equivalent to what you're used to is also a problem. So you have to remember, I mean, the kind of job you're applying for, I don't think you're going to be getting something that's like minimum wage in Ghana, because minimum wage is 18 cedis something a day, and that's not something that you are possibly going to be looking for. You definitely would want or need something higher than that. So yes, please consider having multiple streams of incomes that will bring you again a currency that you're used to, because my next point goes into understanding the currency that you are coming to. Guys, I know everybody does this when they come to Ghana in December. They think, oh, something is 10 cedis, that's not even 50p, let me just buy it. Oh, this is what, 20 cedis, that's £1, this is this is that. And then you start buying, thinking, oh, it's not that much, it's not that much. By the time you realize your money has, it's gone. You want to come and definitely try and get used to the city rate and like understand your budget and your currency that you're working with. Because trust me, when you come on holiday and you're doing, come with me to get my hair done for $20, it's fun and everything, but when you realize that you live here, you have to pay for water, electricity, gas, groceries, this, that, and the other, and then you're adding come with me to get my hair done for $20. It's not the same. It is not the same. So make sure you understand the currency, you understand what you need. And one thing that is as frustrating about living in Ghana, but is also very helpful, is there are levels to everything. You know, there's some places where you can get your nails done for maybe 150 cedis, and then you'll go to maybe a more upscale, bougier spa, or you know, spa boutique, whatever they call themselves, and they charge like 600 cedis. So it's just knowing and managing and finding places that would work for you. The reason why I keep using spa is because it's one of the, how do I say it? It's one of those luxuries that I indulge in, like going to get my nails done and things like that. But this can mean anything. For example, joining the gym. You have local gyms. We call them local gyms, but it's basically the gyms that don't have, let's say, all the equipment. They have some equipment, like the basics that you need. You can find gyms like that, and they charge like 300 cedis, which is like £15, right? But then you have a gym, I can't remember the name of the gym, but there's a new gym that opened in Spintex, Melcombe, and my goodness, it's 1,500 a month. But when you see the way how the gym is set up, and they have a juice bar, and they do that whole nutrition thing, they have the scale that when you stand on it, it will tell you your body, your body fat, your body mass, all of those things. Like, you understand, well, understanding is subjective, but you get my point. Like, you see why there are levels to these things. You get, like, you'll go somewhere to do your hair for a certain price, where you come to a shop, and you know, and then there's different stages. So you have to, obviously, definitely, when you come, you'll definitely figure that out for yourself. But don't be, you know, don't knock it until you try it, basically. Definitely, like I said, understand the currency, know what you are willing to spend on and what you're willing to, like, basically not spend on. Guys, one thing that I could admit is that when I moved to Ghana, I was 23, and honestly, I was not financially educated at all. Like, I didn't know anything about money. I thought I was teaching myself. I mean, I was very interested in the idea of money and how to save and what to spend it on and all of this stuff. And I would read books like Smart Money Woman. Like, I still highly recommend it till today. And I loved it because it was more on an African context, and I was moving to an African country. So it was more relatable to my space and surroundings, right? But again, there was so much I did not understand, until this day don't understand. And I'm here and I'm 30 and I'm trying to figure it out. Like, wait, how did I get here? You know, and it's easy to, trust me, I feel like it's really easy to save. Once money is coming in, it's really easy to save. What is hard, and we don't, well, I don't know if people really talk about this that much, but is knowing how and when to spend it. Because if you're like me and you like living in the moment, trust me, I'll be like, oh, you know, money comes and money goes. Like, let's do what we need to do now and figure it out later. And trust me, when you come to Ghana, you find yourself doing that a lot. Let me say it like this. It's one of those things where you'll see something and you've seen it, it's 50 cedis. You go next week, it's 150 cedis. So you find yourself in an environment where you're like, if you see it now and it's a good price, buy it. Like, buy it in the now. Don't wait till later, because later is going to be twice or thrice the price. And it's a very frustrating financial environment to look at, to live in, if you're young and, you know, you want to do certain things. Like, for example, in a dream world, as I said, I'm 30, right? Guys, I would love to buy a house. Like, I would love to understand, you know, getting a mortgage in Ghana, how that's gonna work. And I've been doing research. I will give you, like, I'll gist you a little bit. Like for example, this is not sponsored, I'm just saying from the research that I've seen, Republic Bank does, like, what do you call it, investment into Ghanaians and diasporians. Am I saying, why does that sound weird to me? Diasporians, diaspora. You guys know what I mean. The abroad and the locals, and those of us that are here. They have, like, different payment plans and things like that for people to get mortgages, which is really interesting. And then the rate is at 11% interest, which is also like, but you see, it's one of those things where if you don't look, you don't know. And these are the things that I wish that I kind of literally educated myself a little bit more. I feel like if I had known sooner and earlier about the whole idea of mortgage in Ghana and really understood it, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I would have done it ages ago, because I've been here, like I said, 7 years. I've understood the things that I wanted in 2020 are no longer the same price. I always try and explain this to my mum, right? Imagine I moved here 2017 and I said, okay, I'm gonna save money, you know, I'm a student, I'm here by myself, I'm hustling my hustle. So I said I'm gonna save 50,000 Ghana cedis, right? And it took me hypothetically a year and a half or 2 years. So 2017 to 2019, that's 50,000 that you were saving to buy maybe a Vitz or something. Actually, even change the years. Let's do 2020 and 2022. That 50,000 you saved to get the Vitz in 2020 is no longer what do you call it, 50,000. It's now 70,000. I hope my analogy makes sense to you. So you've spent all of this time saving the money, but the product that you want is not worth the same. So it makes it very higgy haga hiki. It's very frustrating. But again, financially educating myself to know more and to understand more. Now, which leads me into my last point, is that technically I wish I made more risks. Like, scared money doesn't make money. I'm sure you guys have all heard that. Now, when I think back at it, you might be asking, Precious, what kind of risks would you have liked to take? Honestly, I can't tell you right now, because sometimes they kind of sound a little bit silly in my head, and I'm not trying to look silly on the internet. But I've had conversations with friends and people around me and people that were older than me. And for example, I know that people have taken out loans when they move to Ghana. When I first heard it, because like the idea of credit freaks me out, I was like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. But considering if you're taking out, for me in today, Accra that I'm living in, if I'm taking out a loan to have like 3, 4, 5 years ago to buy a car or to buy land or to buy property, I kind of get it now. I see it now, because trust me, all that stuff you would have bought 3, 4 years ago is now double, triple, quadruple the price that you bought it at. So that I can see is an investment. That I can see, you know, the long term. Money mistakes in Ghana, it's crazy, guys. Like, sometimes there's a lot of guilt that comes with it, because I feel like, oh, you're 30, you should know so much by now, you should know better, you should understand money more, like, you should have more, you should have better savings, you should have your own house, you should at least have land. Like, there's all these voices like, you should do this, you should be doing this, you should be living like this. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I don't know. Tell me if you guys can relate. Is this just a thing because I'm living in Ghana? Do you find yourself feeling like this when you're like in the abroad? Like, I completely understand there's so many things happening around the world right now. And sometimes I guess it's just when you're looking on social media and it feels like everybody is moving into their, you know, oh, I finally got the keys to my apartment. Oh, I just bought my first car. And, you know, we're doing the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing when we know we should be facing our front. And at the same time, I'm facing my front and I'm like, yeah, girl, but you need to do better. You need to do better. So I'm still learning the whole financial game in Ghana, and like how to make money, how to spend money, how to invest wisely. The fact that scared money doesn't make money, and how not to be scared and all of that stuff. I would say I'm learning on the job. But I guess it is what it is. Like, I'm here right now. I have my health, which is my wealth. So I guess I shouldn't really complain. But guys, definitely consider these things when you are moving to Ghana. Like I said, please structure everything out. Plan. Write a list of all the things that you expect to do when you come to Ghana, and like the lifestyle. Plan out the lifestyle that you want to have. Don't come and just automatically assume that because, you know, you're so used to living a certain life in the abroad that you can come and replicate it here. It's gonna be completely different. It might be better, it might be a little bit harder. I will never say worse. It will never be worse or worse. I know that's not a word, but it will definitely be different and take a lot of adjustment. So you definitely need to keep these things in mind. Understanding the currency, please. When you come, the first 2 months, I mean, it's inevitable. You're gonna do that whole like, oh, it's 10 cities, it's 50p, okay, cool. No, that 10 cities is gonna keep going up and up and up. Especially if you move to Ghana 1 month and you're buying, like, let's say tomatoes for 10 cedis, and that's what you're used to, then all of a sudden you go to the market and you realize it's 30 cedis, it's gonna bite you on the butt. You're gonna realize, like, wait, yesterday I paid 50p for this, why am I paying £1.50 today? Like, you get, like, that is gonna keep changing, and you're gonna have to keep, like, readjusting your mind. So learn the currency as soon as possible. Make sure you have some streams of income in the currency you are used to that you can manage. So again, for me, I wish I had more pounds coming in, honestly, or dollars and things like that, so that depending on where you are in your life, you might need to take care of some bills in the UK, and definitely, you know, you might have family that you're looking after and all of those things. So you definitely need to keep these things in mind. It's definitely helped me having jobs that pay in dollars and pounds. I just wish that it was much more, but we move. And then lastly, guys, don't be scared to make risks. There's so many investment opportunities in Ghana. I mean, I still want to know, like, please, if you are one of these people out there that have 80,000 Ghana cedi, no, not even 80,000 Ghana cedi, if you have $80,000 just lying around and you just want to buy one of these 2-bedroom apartments that happen to be laying around in Adenta Lakeside and things like that, let me know, because I'm looking for people like y'all. Because people are selling houses in Ghana in dollars, as you guys I'm sure know already, and I'm just like, does anybody have that kind of money just lying around? And if you do, where you at? Holla at me. Let me not say too much, but yes, guys, I hope this kind of gives you an insight into, you know, planning your finances when you move to Ghana, and definitely highlights the mistakes that you shouldn't make. Please learn from me. I definitely wish I was in a different position financially, but the only thing I can do is learn and grow. So if you have any tips for me, because I'm here to learn too, if you have any tips for me, please leave them in the comments down below. Let's get a conversation starting. And thank you guys so much for subscribing, watching, liking and sharing. I really appreciate you. Don't leave just yet. Watch this video here, spend some more time with me, and I will definitely